What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fourth and Goal Sports Show. I'm your host, Tars Filson. Today, we're going to be discussing just a disgrace of a football game played by my Washington Commanders. They lose yet again to the New York Football Giants, swept on the season, and they lose to Tommy DeVito, the third string Giants quarterback. They lose to the Giants 31-19, 6 turnovers. 3 picks by Sam Howell. Just a horrible game. It was lackadaisical from start to finish. And the Giants have our number. That's evident at this point. They own the Commanders at this point. You could basically say that because it's evident. But before we get into it, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, as well as follow to the Fourth and Goal Sports Instagram page. Without further ado, let's get into it. So we start the game just terrible. You start the game terrible. You got a pick by Sam Howell, and at that point I knew this game was going to be a struggle. Sam Howell throws a deep ball to De'Ami Brown. Tough play, throws the pick, right? Great heads up play by the Giants DB, gets the pick. You don't start the game the way you want to. That's how you started. Lackadaisical, bad. But then we go on the defensive end. The defense is just cooking. They did their thing to start the game. They sack after sack, getting some aggressive tackles. They were doing solid in the beginning of the game. But the biggest thing was you're not going to stop Saquon, and you're not going to stop Darius Slayton. Every single time we play the Giants, Darius Slayton does solid or does above average. And, Saquon is going to get his. Saquon is going to get his. That's for sure. Saquon is going to get his every single time. Saquon owns us. I've seen it live, like almost, I think 4 times I've seen him play live, Saquon. What can I say? The guy's a dog. What can I say? Giants own us. They do it every single time, and this was no different. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. This team, it needs to make a switch. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. Ron Rivera has to go. Jack Del Rio has to go. It is past time now. We've seen it time and time again, and it's, quite frankly, it's disgusting. This loss was a disgrace. It was a disgrace to the DMV. It was a disgrace to Maryland, DC, and Virginia. This game was a disgrace. I'm not going to backtrack on that statement. I'm going to stand on that statement because this was simply disgusting. I mean, you're facing a young quarterback, inexperienced quarterback, Tommy DeVito. You're facing Tommy DeVito. Who is this guy? Nobody knew him, right? The third string quarterback. You already lost to Tyrod, the backup, which I can respect Tyrod. Tyrod's a gamer. But you shouldn't have lost that game 14-7. But then you follow it up with losing to the third string, Tommy DeVito, and allowing him to have 246 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and zero interceptions. You don't force turnovers on the defensive end, can't win the game. And then on the offensive end, you turn the ball over 2 times, you're probably not going to win. 3 times, you're probably not going to win. But 6 times is just disgusting. And like I said, it's a disgrace to the DMV. And respect to all those fans, who stayed to watch the whole game. Honestly, I love this team. I've been a fan of this team for a long time. I'm a young man, but I've been a fan of this team for what feels so long because we've been losing for so long. My whole life, we've been losers. And respect to those fans who stay consistent. I stay consistent. I watch from the start of the game to the finish of the game. I'm always going to be a fan of this team, but it's like at some point it has to give. At some point it has to give. Folks thought, you get the new owner, change is going to come. It hasn't changed. Even when you look at the off the field issues, the players couldn't even shower with hot water. I saw the report. They didn't even have hot water. They had cold water. Change needs to come. Josh Harris, change needs to come. Magic Johnson, change needs to come. It's simply disgraceful. It's simply disgraceful. This is a game you were supposed to win. And I know it's the NFL. Any given Sunday, you prepare like you're playing the champions every week. One thing I hate about this team is just no matter who we play, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter who the quarterback is, we always play down to our competition. And that's always been a struggle. Simply put, these guys, they're not prepared. They're not prepared. Our running backs, you have B-Rob fumbled. We recovered that. Christian Rodriguez, we had a beautiful drive going. He fumbled, lost it. Whole drive, blown away, just like that. Logan Thomas fumbled. I'm done with Logan Thomas. He's had a solid year. He's been serviceable, but I'm done with him. I think it's time we upgrade at the tight end position, and that's not a knock on Logan Thomas. He's done serviceable things. He's done decent things to keep us going at the tight end, but it's time we move on. We have to upgrade. I'm interested in Brock Bowers out of Georgia. When it comes to the draft, that'd be really nice, but it's just difficult with this team. You let Saquon just rush all over you, receive all over you. Saquon was doing everything. Darius Slayton gets a touchdown, does his thing. The secondary continues to struggle as they have all year. The D-line looked solid, but then again, we're playing the Giants O-line, which is horrible. So it really doesn't mean much. You're probably going to get dominated versus Dallas on Thanksgiving. It's just difficult. It's just difficult with this team. Like I said, Ron Rivera has to go. Jack Del Rio has to go. I really would like to see Eric Bieniemy get his shot at interim head coach because I want to see what he has. I want to see what he has. I think the best timing would be after the Dallas game. Make the decision. Make the decision. Fire Ron Rivera if we lose that game, which is highly likely, which we're probably going to do. But if we lose horribly, just get him out of there. Just get him out of there. Maybe you keep JDR, maybe you don't. It really doesn't matter to me. But one thing I think we should do, keep Eric Bieniemy as the interim head coach. Let him coach for the rest of the season. What can he do with Sam? What can he do with these guys? Can he show some levels of improvement, some fight, just some effort, anything? Anything but a game like this. 6 turnovers is disgraceful. Those guys look like they didn't practice all week. I said this last time. I said last game when they played the Giants, what did I say? I said they don't look like they're prepared. They look like they went on vacation, showed up Sunday. Guys, we're going to be fine. We're just playing the Giants. It looked like they didn't practice all week. And guess what? The same thing can be said for this pitiful performance versus the New York Football Giants. It's disgraceful. It's distasteful. It's disgusting. Ron Rivera has to go. And I'm just tired of seeing his interviews and the post conference questions that are asked. It's like he responds to them in such a bland way. Like he look at him on the sideline when mistakes are being made. There's no energy out of him. He just looks done. He just looks done. His time has passed. I respect all the things he's done for this organization. He came into a tough situation, and he's done the best that he could do. And it's time we move on. Respect to Ron for what he's done, but he's past his prime now. It's time we move on. I think his time is done with. We're done. We're past Ron Rivera. I'm looking forward to whoever's going to be the next head coach of this team because there's way too much talent on the offensive end, on the defensive end, on the special teams, on this team overall for us to be 4-7 through 11 weeks. It's disgraceful. As a fan, knowing me as a diehard fan of this team, I'm going to watch every game. And all I can hope for is improvement. And, we didn't show it this game. Also, too, I want those people who are trying to put this whole loss on Sam Howell, just stop it. Just stop it. He played horrible. He played very bad. He struggled. But one thing I saw out of him that I can be pleased with, he showed effort. 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 He showed grit. He showed fight. He kept fighting, kept playing. And That's the thing I love about Sam. You make mistakes, you fight back, you bounce back. He didn't give up on the game. He kept fighting to the end. He gave us a chance to win at the end, but he tried to throw the ball away. When pressure came, kind of lofted the wrong way, and a pick six by Isaiah Simmons, former Arizona Cardinal, now New York Football Giants. Um, Solid interception by him, great play. It's just tough, It's just tough, and it's just a very tough game for Sam. You struggle as a young quarterback sometimes, and people forget. He's a fifth round pick. He's a young quarterback. He's a first time starter. The guy deserves his time to develop as a quarterback. And yes, I had him in my top 10 through 10 weeks. Through the first 10 weeks, I'm still standing on that. I have him as a top 10 quarterback through the first 10 weeks. But now, in week 11, he struggled. Just like he did against the Bills. He struggled. Just like he did against the Giants the first time. He struggled. But young quarterbacks struggle. They're going through progressions. We should keep the same energy for Sam. Players have to develop. They have to go through struggles. They have to go through times where it's not, sunshine and rainbows. There was rain. There was storms. The clouds, they came. But with Sam, I have no doubt he's going to bounce back. I'm excited to see what he does versus Dallas. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what Sam does that game. I'm actually excited to see what he does. I think he's the biggest reason I'm looking forward to these games. We're a bad football team, but Sam gives me hope. He did struggle this game, but I'm hopeful that we're going to be able to see some improvement out of him next game and the following weeks. But in conclusion, when it comes down to it, this team, it needs a change of leadership. It needs a change of leadership. 6 turnovers. It's disgraceful. It's simply unacceptable. It's simply unacceptable, and it's time. It's past time. Ron Rivera has to go. But I just want to thank you guys for supporting the Fourth and Goal Sports channel. Thank you guys for watching. Before you head out, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, as well as follow on the Fourth and Goal Sports Instagram page. I'm your host, Tyrus Wilson. This is the Fourth and Goal Sports Show. Have a blessed day. Peace.